Well, hey folks, welcome back to my channel. I'm Handy Matt, and on today's episode of Thrift Store Rescue, I have this. I have a set of horseshoes that I only paid $6 for. So I want to clean them up, get some rust and get some paint, old paint off these things, and get them nice new coat of paint and get them ready to use. And sneak peek, that's the next Thrift Store Rescue episode right there, where I get to pretend for just one video that I'm a blacksmith. Anyway, let's get started. Alright, let's get started here. This paint stripper is going to have to be on here, but it's probably going to be on there for a while. So the sooner I get started on this, the better. What does this say? American Professional, Ford Steel Genuine, St. Pierre, Worcester, Massachusetts. So made in America. So what's really cool about this, I only paid $6 for this set, but if you go to Walmart right now, you can get a set of horseshoes made in China, and it's $50, and I guarantee you those things are made out of recycled car springs and rebar, and they're not Ford steel like this. So I feel pretty fortunate that I got my hands on these. So this gives me a really good reason to be a good servant and clean them up really good, give them a high quality paint job, and get several years worth of use out of them. So I still have some of this citrus strip paint and varnish stripping gel. Seems to work pretty good. I need a little pan here. Brush on a good thin layer onto everything. Get this stripping process going. This might take a couple days, but we shall see. So I'll strip the paint off, and then I'll stick it in evapor rust to completely get rid of the rust. Probably wire brush it a little bit, get any bits off of it, and then put some high quality paint on it. How thick of a coat of this stuff I got to put on here. Last stuff I stripped with it, there was places where I had to put it on pretty thick. I like how this stuff smells compared to some of the other commercial paint strippers. They get pretty gnarly and make you feel like you really have to have a respirator on, even, you know. Okay. And we're going to come back as often as we need to and reapply until all the paint's loosened up. So that's the way this job's going to go. So we'll come back in a little bit. Well, as you can see, the paint remover did not work so well. The paint on this stuff is very old and difficult to get off, so I ended up just wire brushing everything. Now it's time for some primer. I'm just using some leftover Hunt Club Green Satin as the primer. Then we're going to go blue, white, red. Red, white, blue. Yeah. And if these bugs will go away, it'll be a nice finish. Okay, no problem. These June bugs, goodness gracious. Get out of here. Alright, primer on the second guy. Second side's going in. Alright, we'll let that dry and it's time for color. Okay, now it's time for the red, white, and blue. All right, looking good. We'll wait a little while. We'll flip them over and get the coat on the other side. And here we are, guys, on the last step of this process. Ladder, come on, river hand. Hello. Ready? Good. Got it out. All right, we're looking good. We got a nice, probably vintage, maybe vintage, but it is probably vintage, made in America, horseshoe set that we can take out in the yard and throw some shoes. So that's good. That'll be the end of this video. So I'll see you guys next time. Laters.